What's up, guys? It's been a while since I made the Dayz review, and there's been some arguments on the video in the comment section about whether it's a good game, bad game, will it be finished or not. Some people say it's just bad and it's gonna stay this way. Well, let's head into the game, and we're gonna see what new things Dayz has brought us over this last couple of months. So, we are now playing. In terms of frame rate increase, I didn't really see much of an improvement, but I'm not going to blame that because the game's still using the same old engine. In terms of new items, I wouldn't even have to relate this to the last Dayz review I had. I would relate this to the day I actually purchased this game, because all the items, all the objects in the game that you pick up, that you dress with, are literally the same ones that I've seen in the beginning of this alpha launch or whatever, when the Dayz alpha was created. It's the same stuff. Sounds the same thing, just the same old sounds, just repetitive amount. Like, I hear birds chirping, right? But if I take a look around, I see not a single bird. I don't see anything flying around. If we go close to, say, a tree, there's not much of like a wind effect, let's say. During a storm, you don't see much of anything. Like, it's just like a static game. You're playing the same old Dayz that there was when it just came out. Now, the game is really struggling with the point that the engine is just old. It's just really old. You can't do that. Like, it's 2016 now, not even 2015 anymore, and the game is just still running the same old engine. So there's a zombie. It's looking at me. Oh, like, I don't know why it's not running after me. Maybe it doesn't see me. Yeah, I don't know. The game. Okay, so I'm like below 20 frames right now, entering the city. And now I don't understand one thing. I had Arma 2, and what I've noticed that in the settings you can adjust how far it renders everything. You can adjust the distance. I don't know why they didn't add this feature to Dayz, because I think the biggest problem right now is because I think it's over rendering everything. Like, I can see so far, but the screen can only display so much. So what's the point of rendering like such a far distance? It just puts extra load on your CPU, your card, which is kind of pointless. So I think that would be a nice feature if they would even add to this game with the old engine in it. What else can we see? Okay, I'm just hearing like a zombie. Not sure where it is. Okay, I don't know. And how come, like, what I've also noticed is that you can literally sprint forever, so a zombie cannot ever catch you, which is kind of not really survival anymore. It's kind of stupid, because you can just keep running away from a zombie. Yeah, this is really all I can see right now. So I've seen very minor development. I think I've seen like a couple of new hats. That's it, basically. I mean, 3 years for a game in alpha is just, it's not real. It's just this. I've never seen this in my life, in any game that has been this long in alpha. And I think there's a zombie behind me. Nope. Like, this is so weird. Like, I hear like a zombie, but it's like, it feels like it's a random sound. I hear it on my right ear, but wow, this is weird. Like, I was running there and I just heard like 5 zombies, not a single one's chasing me. Weird. So the main problem, as I already mentioned, is the rendering. It's an old engine. You can't just make it render like this far. Like even new games nowadays don't do this. So okay, so the sounds are even more glitched now. Like I was doing like I was turning and I can just hear like the zombie's voice just constantly on my left ear when I was rotating, which is kind of weird. It should have like a somewhat of a surround. So we can keep running with this forever, and the zombie will eventually leave me. So I don't see the point of survival in this game anymore. But of course, DayZ is like a one-of-a-kind game. I kind of tried searching the internet for anything relative or similar to this game. There isn't really much on the market, like H1Z1. I never really tried it, but by the reviews, it's not that good, I would say. And I've also heard that there's things you have to purchase in-game, which really sucks. So, I mean, DayZ is... It would be like if we take all those zombie open world survival games, I think DayZ is still gonna be like in the top. But the game just like the frame rate's bad. I would say this is the main problem. So if the company is working on producing creating a new engine, I mean it's gonna be great. I've even read on some websites that the game will be made for DirectX 12. So I mean that would be great if they do it. Great, I would really appreciate that from developers. But in the meantime, 3 years, just disappointing. I think they had more than enough time to create a new engine. They had more than enough time to make this game run like without any bugs at all. To me, really, it feels more of a scam. And I've also tried contacting Steam. I mean, I tried contacting Steam to get a refund. Of course, it's kind of pointless because it's been already 3 years and I've played like more than 2 hours in the game. But I mean, it's worth a try. But of course, they didn't kind of refund me. I wasn't really expecting this game to just stay in alpha this long. 3 years, man. That's a crazy amount of time for a game to be in alpha. Yeah, this game definitely needs to render a bit less. It's 20 frames, come on. A 970 can't run this? Like, wow. And the infinite sprint, that's definitely, they have to get rid of this, like... This is just kind of stupid. Although, talking about games, like, in terms of like zombie survival games, I would say like Dying Light should be like the first one in front of DayZ. I played that game, works amazing. It's not as open world like as DayZ is, but it's really fun to play. Much more realistic, has a stable frame rate, and has a lot of cool features. You have like a skill trait and stuff. Maybe they can add that to DayZ. But yeah. Well, there's really not much more to go on about. There have been some reviews on the video, some arguments. I mean, I kind of support both sides. That this game, yes, it's an alpha. The developers didn't really give a timeline or anything about this game, but of course, an alpha 3 years is just too much. And I have a feeling that this game is not going anywhere. I mean, Arma 3 came out. I've heard that DayZ mod on the Arma 3 is a lot better. So what's the point of wasting any more time or money on this game? So I have a feeling this is really not going to be finished. I have a feeling I'm going to have to grow up and finish this myself. Alright guys, so this has been the new Dayz Standalone review. You feel free to share some comments, share your thoughts on the video, what you guys think. Feel free to ask some questions, and Happy New Year, guys. Have a great time, and see you later.